Hey everybody, Budsy here. This is my first official web tutorial, so thank you very much for stopping by and hopefully you'll learn something. Today what we're going to do is we are going to start learning how to draw Scooby Doo. So, only thing you need is something to write with and some sort of pencil or some sort of paper. That's it. So, what I'm going to do to start off with is I'm going to draw a circle. And this circle is going to be kind of, I guess, call it more of an oval. And as we go through the oval, as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm making several ovals all in one pattern right here, because what I want to do is I want to find that perfect one as I start to develop my character. Scooby Doo looks down very often, so what I want to do right now is I want to draw this line right here that is going to be the middle of his face that I'm going to be able to work off of, and again angled that direction. Next thing I want to do is I want to draw a line, a little bit of a curved line that goes right through here, and that curved line is about the middle of the way down. This is where we're going to start developing the middle of his face, kind of like where his nose and his snout end up going. Now what I want to do is I want to draw a line right over on this side, or not a line, draw a circle over on this side. This circle is going to be over on this side of the middle line, and this is how we're going to end up creating his nose to come all the way out. On this middle line again, now I'm going to draw a little circle. This little circle is what we're going to be taking and using and creating his nose with. So what I want to do is I want to start creating that formation, and Scooby-Doo's nose is very often a triangle, but more of a rounded triangle, as you can see as I'm creating this. Okay, so this gives us a general idea of where we want to start with that. Now, next thing I want to do is I want to be able to start creating that snout, be able to create that face that comes out through here. So I'm going to take my middle line, I'm going to come back up, and a little more than halfway through, I'm going to draw a line across. And this line right here is where I'm going to slowly slope to create the nose that comes over here. Now what I want to do though is I want to make a little bit of an oval back here, because as I create my line I want it to kind of come up just a little bit, just like that. Okay, now over on either side here I want to make sure that I put two circles, and the first circle is going to end up going right here so that it slowly connects just like with this one, and then my other circle is going to be just a little bit over on the other side of the line, because with Scooby-Doo's eyes very often they're close, they're not too far apart from this middle line. Draw a line that comes right through here, around there, and now I'm starting to see a little bit of Scooby here. Okay, and as I see this, notice I didn't like this line, how I created this, because it's not so sloped and sloopy. He is a little rounded, but he's not that rounded. So come down right through here. Okay, so again, I'm slowly getting that creation. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back down here, and I'm going to draw a line right down here. This line is going to be where we're going to be able to separate the two sides of his face. So now what I want to do is I want to draw a big circle, come up right there, and another circle that comes down right over here. Again, making sure we keep that line right through there, and I'm going to come out with my circle, and it's going to be a nice rounded look, just like that. And now Scooby-Doo's mouth comes in, so I have my line right there, and now I'm going to slope in just like this to be able to provide that droopy feel. Again, he's very impish, very childish, and we want to make sure that we keep that look with him. We don't want to have things too straight. Now I want to go through, follow my line over here, come right up about there, and then I want to draw another curve that comes right up here and right there, so that we're starting to get that formation of his actual face. Alright, so now let's come back up by the eyes, because we're slowly building out from the middle. So we've gone up, gone down, so we're going to come back up here, and using our line, using our circle that we created originally, now what we want to do is we want to start to be able to develop this forehead area. Okay, so I'm going to kind of come down there, and right about here, I don't want to go all the way to the edge because his face doesn't come all the way here. We want to make sure that we come in a little bit closer. So I'm going to have my forehead come in through here and slowly slope it right down there. Okay. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to be able to create his ears. So I'm going to come out right about here. I want to make sure have another one right about there. So we've got about equal distance. Again, looking at our line there. And I'm going to draw a circle. And I'm going to draw another circle. Notice these circles are at different angles, mainly because this circle here is going to be where his ear comes out, but he has a very floppy type feel to his ears. So I want to make sure that I allow Scooby to have that feel. Come out here, draw a line, and now we're starting to get a little bit of feel there. Now this side, I'm going to draw one circle here. I'm going to draw another circle that comes up right above it. Now this circle, come down, and then this one we're going to come up and create that rounded look right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down right through here, and now Scooby Doo very often has a little bit that comes out right here, so we want to make sure that we have that. I'm going to take my eraser, and now we have a line that comes right through here to be able to give his ears a little bit of formation. Again, going through and erasing things along the way. And now what I want to also do is I want to make sure that his face and forehead start to move down the sides. So we start to develop the neck area. Now the next thing I want to do, I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to give him some eyebrows. He has very thick eyebrows, which again allow him to be able to have all those different emotions that he has. Here's another one here. Now what I want to do is I want to give him little beady eyes. Just little circles. These you can use your wrist for. And now I want to do is I want to make sure that I've got the little light source, the little light circle white, so that they're both kind of going to the middle. And now what I want to do is I want to come back down here. And now we're going to work on his mouth. So we're going to come right through here, and we're going to draw a little bit of an angled line. Come around here with a curve. Slight curve, not something major. And now I'm going to take this line and I'm going to draw it right up here. I'm not going to come to the side. Come through here again. We want to make sure that we give that appearance of that jowl for his face, so that it's not just like a person's. Inside there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a little bit of a tongue. So one curve, another curve that's above it. Down over here on this side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a line, because I want to make sure I get that jawline that comes right through. Right here. And I'm going to have another line, comes around. Again, we want to make sure that we get his full jawline. Come right up the top, the side over here, right along that side edge, and another one just like this. Next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I give a little bit of his neck here. Now before we continue, what I want to do is I want to go through and I want to clean up and erase a bunch of this pencil so that we can finish up the last little details. All right, we're back, and as you can see, a much cleaner looking drawing, not having to worry about all the extra pencil. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just do some finishing touches. Also pointing out, I darkened in the nose, I also darkened in here, can darken in the ears. Now that doesn't mean that you can't color it in if you want to, but if we're just doing a black and white drawing of it, trying to add a little bit more of that depth in here. So Scooby Doo has a little bit, again, a little bit of his cheek that comes up right over here, and then also within his face, we want to make sure that we have the lines here that help to be able to add that depth within on his cheek. And then lastly, what we also do is, very often, Scooby has his collar that comes right through here. Again, just drawing a circle that goes right along here to help signify our old friend Scooby. And then his collar is a little bit kind of like a diamond shape. Comes right out here. And then he has his Scooby Doo insignia within it. Comes right through there. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed seeing the drawing of Scooby Doo. If you have any questions or if there's anything that you'd like to see in the future, please let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.